At the Siauliai airbase in Lithuania, the call to scramble is unmistakable. A pilot grips his helmet and rushes across the tarmac. Moments later, he says with urgency, "The bell has just rung, so we're going to the planes and then we're going to take off in response to the alert. There's not much time, so we're hurrying. This is NATO's front line against Russian airspace provocations, a mission that has become routine, yet remains fraught with tension. French Rafale fighter jets, sleek and battle-tested, are prepped under the watchful eyes of mechanics. Their insignia, the Armée de l'Air, the French Air Force, marks the multinational character of NATO's enhanced air policing mission. Since 2004, when the Baltic states joined the alliance, this mission has been a visible shield in Europe's northeastern skies. Commander Mathieu, head of the French detachment, readies himself in the cockpit. Just before boarding, another pilot remarks with calm determination, "Now we are going to fly." Their words underscore the daily reality of air crews stationed here, long hours of waiting, punctuated by moments of sudden urgency. As ground crews clear the runway, the Rafales begin their role. Lithuania's Siauliai airstrip, once a Soviet airbase, is now the stage where NATO jets take flight to enforce the sovereignty of the alliance's most vulnerable members. The twin-engined Rafale roars skyward, a reminder that deterrence is not abstract. It is a physical act, repeated dozens of times each month. For NATO, every scramble tells Moscow, the skies over the Baltic are not up for negotiation. Archive footage from February 2024 shows French Mirage 2050 fighters intercepting a Russian Il-20 Kut reconnaissance plane. These encounters are tense but choreographed. NATO fighters shadow Russian aircraft, signaling presence without firing a shot. Yet each interception carries risk. A miscalculation, a wrong move, could turn routine into confrontation. French pilots, often rotating in 4-month deployments, operate at the edge of Europe's security map. From Lithuania, they monitor the Suwalki Gap, that narrow corridor linking the Baltic states to the rest of NATO, a potential flashpoint in any conflict with Russia. Once again, Mirages flank another Russian Il-20. Moscow insists its flights are lawful, yet NATO calls them provocations. The Baltic skies have become a chessboard, with fighters maneuvering as pieces in a high-stakes game. Back at Siauliai, the Rafales land. Their fuselage carries the name Lafayette Squadron, honoring the Franco-American alliance dating back to the Revolution. Squadron emblems, greyhounds, badges, and the tricolour flag are reminders that this mission is as much symbolic as it is operational. Mechanics swarm around the jets. Insignia gleam under the Baltic winter sun. For every sortie, hours of preparation are required, from fuel tanks to flight checks. The NATO presence is visible not only in the skies, but on the ground, where French, German, Spanish, and other contingents rotate seamlessly. Another Rafale thunders into the sky. Lithuania's population of fewer than 3 million knows well what it means to live next to Russia. For them, NATO's aircraft symbolize security guarantees written in steel and jet fuel. Behind the jets, technicians carefully remove fuel tanks. Maintenance is not glamorous, but it is vital. Every screw tightened, every hose replaced ensures that the next scramble can happen without delay. In NATO's deterrence playbook, reliability is as crucial as firepower. Flags fly over the base, French, Lithuanian, NATO's blue emblem. Together they convey a clear message. Sovereignty will be defended collectively. What might look like routine aviation footage is, in reality, Europe's insurance policy against escalation. This mission is not isolated. In December 2023, NATO reported intercepting 3 Russian MiG-31s after they crossed into Estonian airspace. The violation triggered sharp protests from Brussels and Washington. Moscow denied any breach, calling it routine patrolling. Yet such denials ring hollow in the Baltic capitals, where memories of Soviet occupation remain vivid. For NATO, each takeoff is more than a military maneuver. It is a political signal, showing that Article 5, the alliance's collective defence clause, is not a slogan, but a daily commitment. Enhanced air policing has become busier since the war in Ukraine escalated in February 2022. The skies of northern Europe now echo with the sounds of engines on alert as pilots maintain vigilance 24 hours a day. What is captured on camera at Siauliai is just one fragment of a larger strategy, deterring Moscow while avoiding direct conflict. In Brussels, NATO officials describe these intercepts as measured responses, but Baltic leaders stress they are vital. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, each with long borders facing Russia or its ally Belarus, rely on NATO air cover as their primary shield. The footage of pilots sprinting to their jets, of Rafales cutting across grey skies, underscores the fragile balance. Each interception is a reminder that the frontier between peace and escalation can be measured in seconds. As the camera lingers on the Lithuanian and NATO flags fluttering side by side, the message crystallizes. This is not just an air policing mission, it is a constant demonstration of unity, vigilance, and readiness. From Siauliai's runways to the halls of NATO headquarters, the signal to Moscow is consistent. Provocations will be met, borders will be defended, and the alliance will not waver. The Rafales disappear into the Baltic horizon, but the mission never ends.
Voilà, la sonnerie vient de retentir. Alors on va aux avions et puis on va décoller sur alerte. Les délais sont un peu courts donc on se dépêche. Maintenant on veut partir en vol.
L'avant. Ah c'est bon. Ah apparaît. Un peu l'avant. C'est bon. Vas-y on voit. Ok, t'envoies avec l'avion. Attention je déverrouille. Vas-y descends.